Today we are going to see what is a figure of speech. A figure of speech is a phrase or a word having different meanings than its literal meanings. It conveys meaning by identifying or comparing one thing to another, which has connotation or meaning familiar to the audience. That is why it is helpful in creating vivid rhetorical effects. So the definition which you just heard was a typical definition which we all learn or which we see in our books and all that. But today let me break it for you. First, I'm going to start with, can you all tell me what is the difference between parts of speech and figures of speech? Let me tell you all what are parts of speech. See this human body, the head, the neck, the shoulders, the hands, the legs, etc. are the parts of this one human body. Similarly, parts of speech are the parts of a sentence. No big science in that. Parts of speech are simple: two rhymes add three shunts. What are two rhymes? Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb. Add adjectives, and three shunts, conjunctions, prepositions, and interjections. Well, what makes a human look attractive? I believe you all guessed it right. The clothes, accessories, shoes, etc. Right? All these things add beauty to a human body. In the same way, figures of speech add beauty to sentences. So how many figures of speech do we have in entire literature? According to Heinrich Losberg, in his hefty tome Handbook of Literary Rhetoric, 1960, he identified more than 900 figures of speech. But we ain't going through all of them. I'll show you the 7 commonly used figures of speech, and out of that, 2 figures of speech we are going to learn in details today. So the 7 commonly used figures of speech are simile, hyperbole, apostrophe, metaphor, personification, onomatopoeia, and oxymoron. How to remember them, right? Just see the first letter of each word. Simile, S, hyperbole, H, apostrophe, A, metaphor, M, personification, P, onomatopoeia, O, oxymoron, O again. So if you join all these letters, you will find a word that is shampoo. So shampoo is is a kind of fun abbreviation which you can learn to remember the 7 commonly used figures of speech. So today we are going to see simile and metaphor. Simile and metaphor both work in the same company but in different ways. Same company as in, they compare two completely unlike objects or things having a same characteristic. How are they different then? Simile is a type of comparison between things or objects by using as or like. See the following example. My heart is like a singing bird whose nest is in a watered shoot. My heart is like an apple tree. My heart is like a rainbow shell. So in this, I am comparing my heart with a singing bird, an apple tree, or a rainbow shell. So of course my heart is not actually a bird, right? It's just a comparison. Means I'm so overjoyed. My heart is so overjoyed that it is as joyful as a singing bird. On the other hand, metaphor is a comparing two unlike objects or things which may have some common qualities. Few examples of metaphor are: your friend George is just a big baby. You are my guardian angel. Johnny's mouth is one huge metal factory. His students are puppets on a string. Few examples to show the difference between simile and metaphor. Simile, her heart is like a gold. Metaphor, her heart is a gold. Simile, the world is like a stage. Metaphor, the world is a stage. Simile, you are like a rock. Metaphor, you are a rock. Simile, you are as pretty as a rose. Metaphor, you are a rose. Here in both the columns are objects and qualities are common. The thing which is different is the usage of like or as. We find like or as in simile, but not in metaphor. Hence, simile differs from metaphor. Both compare to unlike objects having same qualities, but the way it is done is different. It is very important to write a quality which really suits with both of the objects. For example, let us have a quality, courageous. My first object, my baby sister. My second object, the Indian Army. I must make sure the object which I am going to take should be really courageous. So, my example which is constructed is my baby sister fought with a bully last evening. She's as courageous as the Indian Army. So, actually, my baby sister really did a great job. She fought with a bully. So it's very courageous of her, and no doubt we don't have any doubt regarding the Indian Army, which is a really courageous team, a group of people. So I've compared my baby sister with Indian Army, and both of them having a quality of being courageous. Secondly, don't use incomprehensible vocabulary when you are conversing with the ones who may not understand. Also, I must make sure that the thing which I am comparing a particular object with must be known to the one who is attending your speech. Few more examples for simile and metaphor. Now, it's time for an assignment. Find the meanings of the following similes and metaphors. Also make one sentence each and write them in your notebook. That's all for the day. Have a great learning.